Hello everyone, my name is Nick, and we're looking at Action Fighter, this time on the Commodore Amiga, published by Firebird Software in 1988, which was developed by Core Design. I've already reviewed this quite recently, in fact, on the ZX Spectrum 48K, and I was less impressed with that one and placed it in 6th place when we did the 2-week roundup, so last. Also come out on the Commodore 64, on the Amstrad CPC, and the Sega Mega System. Now this is a cracked version, gives you 10 lives to start off with instead of the normal 3, so I'll see how I get on here, but I might deliberately kill myself so I can put in a cheat in for infinite lives really, because I want to show you a bit of the gameplay. The ZX Spectrum version was very fast, but it was all black and white the first couple of stages. You start off on a superbike, which you see me on now. There's jumps to get across. Then you progress to a sports car, then a jet plane, which is the sports car with wings really. Then a jet ski, a helicopter and an F1 car. And just like Spy Hunter, which is attempting to clone, there's support lorries come by every now and again. If you drive up the ramp, then it gives you an extra weapon. If you die, of course, you lose all the weapons, have to start from the single weapon again. By shooting a number of cars and vehicles, it will give you letters to collect, A to F, and as soon as you've got a certain amount, then it goes to the next stage, upgrading the car and so forth. But it's very, very tricky this, although it does move fast. It is an improvement over the ZX Spectrum version, although that wasn't difficult, but already it's not one of my favourites, and I think I might deliberately kill myself so I can put in this cheat mode. According to what I've got written down here, if I put in this cheat when you have to enter your name, it should give you infinite lives, and when you die, your weapons don't reset, so that should make it a whole lot easier to show you at least a bit of the game, but I think you've seen pretty much how it plays already, to be honest with you. There's certain flags to collect as well, which is optional. I don't know what that does. Probably gives you an extra life to get a bit of speed, and I've made that jump. Unlike Spy Hunter, you can't convert to a boat and then come back again. It's just one vehicle and that's there to stay. Whoops, as I progress to the missile there. Let's just kill myself. There we go. Oops, got one life left. Dear, there we go. That's that solved, and I'm in the grave. Game over. Right, let's put it in now. Z back door it should be, and that should give me infinite lives, but you never know. Let's see if it works or not. Boom. So at the moment I'd have to say this game is better than the Spectrum version, but not a great deal. I prefer Spy Hunter in the arcades really. Okay, let's see. Right, there's my support lorry from Sega. It's based on the arcade game by Sega from 1986, and you know, it couldn't be more like Spy Hunter if it tried really. Narrow road, helicopter comes to attack you, support lorry with additional weapons. All that's different really is the different vehicles, and that's it. We could get bored quite quickly here, but let's just get a few stages done at least. See, my lives isn't going down. Hopefully, yep, there we go. So on the motorbike. Now we might have to go on a killing spree to get these letters to come up, because nothing's come up so far. Now occasionally I get comments on these videos from people that don't really understand the nature of the channel. I think most of you do understand it. This isn't about, so I've got some letters there, this isn't about doing the game perfectly. These aren't perfect walkthroughs. I'm not going to complete the game, or very rarely. We're pretty much at a club. We might very well be at the pub having a pint. We're talking about games and we're having a laugh, and that's about it really. So big long list of stuff that I'm doing wrong, I'm going to take no notice of. I do get the occasional comment, normally on older videos, saying stuff like, this will make you laugh really. This really ruined my day. It was painful to watch. You got to do this, that, the other. Well, I'll say, bugger off. That's being polite. Go and watch a walkthrough instead, because this is just a friendly, funny channel where we have a discussion, and that's about it really. There we go. I think 99.9% of people understand that, but you get the occasional nincompoop. Right, what we got now? We've got double weapons and the missile. We're unstoppable. Here we go. Right, let's get some letters. You see I've got A there on the top middle. We need to get to F. So there's B. Let's blow up as many things as we can to try and get C to come up. Because when I reviewed the Spectrum version, I don't think I blew enough stuff up. So the level went on forever. And I think a couple of people died of old age watching it. Well, we just... Here we go, right. On Spy Hunter, there's civilian cars which you lose lives for blowing up. This is just a free-for-all. Destroy everything you see. Right, D. And we've changed into the car now. We're in the sports car. The next mode, we've missed an E there. The next mode would be this car springs wings and we go into the air. And then the game gets worse. Well, it did on the Spectrum version. Believe it or not. Hopefully it doesn't. But the good thing about this game at the moment, clutching at straws, is it moves fast. Makes it very difficult without a cheat mode on, but it does move very fast. So if you take the time to get used to it, it does give you a bit of entertainment at this stage at least. It's not a complete disaster. Right, I should get a shield now. Good. You see the two icons on the left and two icons on the top right that indicate what we've got so far. Right. Now I think we're going to get wings soon, so prepare yourself. See if the game gets any better. Die everyone on this street. I think the ambulances, the hospital are going to be quite busy here. It's good for scrap metal merchants. Oh, I thought it was going to go there. There's going to be a ramp in a minute, I'm sure. There we go. Wings. Boom. Right. And this was the problem with the Spectrum version. Look. It was very, very quick and exciting before. That's pushing exciting. Now look at the speed of it now. It's extremely slow. What's happened to the game? This looks like something I've made myself. This mission 1, you have to destroy 4 U-boats which will turn up at some point. You see now those missiles I'm firing drop into the sea downwards, and that's the reason for the crosshairs to line up the bombs rather than what I'm shooting straight forward. Man, I don't want this review to last much longer. There's my support chopper. It's going to give me a shield now, I believe. There we go, which I'm glowing. Oh man, how slow is this in the game now going? They should have made it all driving, or at least made this a little bit quicker. It's just poodling along now. Talk about two extremes. Really, really fast, and then really, really slow. Really slow. Yeah. I'm going to have to throw a bucket of water over myself in a minute to wake myself up. Now that's a submarine, but it's not one of the U-boats we have to destroy. That'll be right near the end. Oh, and then eventually it goes to a jet ski, then a helicopter, and then an F1 car. And only when it gets to the F1 car, I guess, it's going to speed up again. Great. Right, well, we're coming over land. Boo, boo. If the game was just this, it'd be the worst shoot 'em up ever. It's not moving at any speed. Boo, boo. I haven't seen this in the arcades. Let me know what it's like. Does it get as slow as this? I presume it's a bit better. If you've got MAME set up, someone might have played it. I don't know why you'd want to. Get Spy Hunter instead. Spy Hunter 1, Action Fighter, nil. Curiously, the Amiga version, the 16-bit version, came out in 1988, and the Spectrum version, I believe, came out a year later, 1989. So that sounds like it was an afterthought, and maybe it was rushed. But it's a lot more colourful than the Spectrum version, I give it that. Oh God, what was that? I would have died a million times so far, but at least I'm showing you a bit of the game, and I don't think it's one you're going to be hurrying to track down. If you really, really like this game, let me know, comment below. If there's something I'm missing. Probably something I'm missing, but just don't do 50 paragraphs of stuff I'm doing wrong, because this is just for fun. The odd thing's okay, that's fine. It's all about good tips. That's what I like, bit of discussion, and then you say, oh, there's a worse game than this one that's also trying to replicate Spy Hunter, it's such and such, and I might have a look at it or give it a go. Or you might say, oh, there's a brilliant Spy Hunter clone, try this, and I'll load that up and try that as well. So that's the way it works. I've got a big long list of games. Spectrum is the longest, Amiga getting a bit shorter now, but whenever you suggest one, I will at least add it there, and it might get done soon, or it might be next year, or who knows, but it'll be on the list anyway. I read your comments, I listen to what you have to say. Right, who's still awake? That was the problem with my first Action Fighter review. That'd be like a terrible game show prize. You win all the consoles, but you're only allowed to play one game on it, and it's Action Fighter. That's your action. There was a lot of action in the first stage. I mean, the first stage wasn't brilliant, was it, on that motorbike and car? But this stage makes it look like the best game ever. If it was this, and then if this was the first stage and went to the second stage, I might have been getting a bit more excited, but it's just gradually luring me into a coma, I think, this one. Is it going to come sixth again in the 2-week roundup to complete the come sixth double? Maybe. Right, I hope it's the end of the stage soon. Look out for 4 U-boats that are going to turn up. We'll do a little bit of stage 2 if we get there. There they are, right. We'll do a little bit of stage 2 if we get there, see if that's any different. Hopefully that starts back on the bike again. Right, these boats are going under the water and coming back again, but they're basically staying in 3 lines. So if I just keep pounding them here, I think that's 1 blown up. Beep, 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 beep. That's 2 blown up. Let's get this 3rd one. Doesn't seem like it can take much pounding. That's that done, I think. That's it. Hooray! Congratulations, you completed the first mission. Hooray. Please, right, okay. Next stage, destroy 6 of those. I don't know if I've got the patience. Love the president. Back on the bike. Yes, exactly the same gameplay. Exactly the same vehicles. Scenery doesn't look too different, apart from some of the painting. Yeah, it's exactly the same, isn't it, people? Okay, let's just get off this bit, see if it changes. I was hoping to get to either the jet ski or the helicopter here, but it looks like it's 2 stages that look roughly the same. Right, let's just whiz through the letters here. Now we know what we're doing. Blast everything as quickly as we can. Have a quick look at the next stage, and then of this mission, and then we might just abandon ship on this. Good to see for nostalgia reasons, but it makes you glad that technology improves. You know, although we look at quite a lot of the good games, they were really outweighed by bad games. There's really a lot of good games on the Commodore Amiga, don't get me wrong, but there is hundreds of awful games, like where they could have done a lot better. They're not making the best use of the system. ZX Spectrum had a few bad ones, but sometimes you can let them off a little bit. By this stage, really, they should have known. Okay, when you've got 48K, haven't got too much to play with. When you've got an Amiga, come on, get with it. Right, what we got? We got E, so we should be being promoted to the skies soon. F, right, here we go. Right, come on, get out of the way, helicopter. You're no match for us, and now infinite. Oh dear, I felt that. I felt that indeedy. Get out of the way, everyone. We just destroyed an ambulance. Come on, where's the takeoff platform? I think everyone else is going to drive into the sea, I think, are they? Right. In the Sega van. There we go, we're off. It's exactly the same as last time. Look, even the land formation's the same. A bit of sand, a bit of grass. Oh, dearie me. Right, we'll destroy these helicopters first. I was going to call it a day there. Let's just kill these boys. That's that. Anything else going to happen? No, it's going back. Well, anyway, I think we'll call it a day there. That was the rather, well, disappointing again Action Fighter on the Commodore Amiga, published by Firebird Software in 1988. Thanks for watching that, as always. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.